And we are live on video. Steve, say hello to everybody.
Hello, NosillaCastaways. How are you this glorious Sunday?
Wow, the audio's loud for me. All right, let me do a little test recording here. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com. All right. And I do not see that feeding back. Could you hear that, Steve?
No, I could not.
All right, I'm going to stop and start audio hijack again. All right, this should do it.
Did you start IceCast? I don't see anything.
I can't start IceCast. It's still, I'm still broken on that.
I see.
Okay, no, that's not playing back. Output sound output should be not to headphones. It should be to pass through. That's where it should go. Now you'll hear it. Into the NosillaCast podcast. Nope, now nobody hears it. All right, what should it be?
I heard that.
Oh, did you? Okay, yeah. Well, that's the problem. That might be a hint. Okay, so you guys just heard it and I did not. So that's the third time setting something to pass through makes me not be able to hear. So what have I got going wrong here? Let me think. I'm going to show you my screen so you guys can see, the sightlings can see what I'm doing here. So the audio goes from my mic. The only way it gets to my headphones is after pass through. But when I'm sending things to pass through, they stop going to my headphones. What is different? So over here, this is Amadeus Pro's output. So I've got sound output. If I set it to pass through, now when I hit play here, to the podfeet.com. You guys hear it. Allison Sheridan of the Nose. I'm not hearing that. But pass through should be going to my headphones. Why is it not? NosillaCast podcast hosted. Yeah, it doesn't go through. No, because I go to pass through. That's how my mic. This is weird. I have done something strange. I have done something real. I'm sure it's me because it's happened in 3 different places now where when I set something to go to pass through, I can't hear it anymore, but I used to be able to hear it. What else would I have set that to? Output to hang out on air input. If I send it to headphones, then I can hear it and you can't. Let me double check that. Yeah, I hear that and you don't. Whatever. Could you guys hear it last week?
No, we had a similar problem.
Well, I know you couldn't hear in the app.
No, it was in the live video.
But you couldn't hear audio hijack. I mean, Amadeus Pro?
We couldn't hear the playbacks.
What have I done? Okay, let's resort to looking at my diagram, which is not completely up to date. I remember I went to look at it, and if we look at live show setup, where am I supposed to be getting the audio from? The audio from... This is not the right one at all. This shows GarageBand.
Oh, I recall this happening last week as well.
Yeah, but it's not. It's even worse. This is definitely not the right one. Okay, let's resort to. We'll figure this out. This is what we're here. We can't go every week without doing this, and I can't do it unless I can do it live. That's the problem. So
we could do a live test show.
Yeah, here we go. February. That'll be good. Let's look at. Yeah, we'll look at this one. Okay, that's what it looked like in February in Omnigraphel. which costs $100. Okay. Oh my gosh. I have not changed that since then. Well, this is all wrong. Okay, so I could have. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, I've partially fixed it. That's what's wrong. I show Amadeus Pro for recording, but I show GarageBand down here. You know what? I could set it up like it's shown there. I could change that to Soundflower. That'll mess everything up. Let's try it. All right, this will probably break everything. We're going to change that to Sound.
We just lost you, Podfeet. Nothing at all.
But I bet you can hear me now.
Yes.
So I'm changing that to Soundflower. I'm changing it to match the diagram I had. So Soundflower goes into the Google Hangout on error. Soundflower, we will change this over here. Select. No. We don't want to do that. I know. Okay, hang on. Loop back. NosillaCast. This is where we will add. We'll change this to Soundflower. And we'll get rid of audio hijack because I think you'll hear me twice there. All right. And I bet you can hear me on the broadcast on NosillaCast now.
Let me check that.
All right. And then now Amadeus Pro, what do we set that to do? I guess that's going to go to NosillaCast as well.
Yes, we do hear it on NosillaCast now.
Okay. So now let's hear who can hear this. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the. Yep, but I can't.
Oh.
Why doesn't that work? Because I'm not monitoring. What am I monitoring?
You didn't change where you're plugging in your headphones, did you? They're plugged in the same spot.
Good guess. No, they're in my Mac.
You don't plug them into your little preamp?
No, because I can't monitor the sound if I do that. This new way I do it to monitor the sound. So now I can't hear. Let me quit Amadeus Pro and restart it just in case. We will get the show started soon, but it is very important that I be able to hear Amadeus Pro because I think it's more important for me to hear it than you guys to hear it.
Yep.
I'm getting close though. All right. So now if I hit play here, nope, you guys can hear it and I can't. Well, wait a minute. Let me hit play again. Okay, hang on. That might be the problem. Hang on. All right, try one more time. Okay, I'm going to quit audio hijack. I'll be right back.
Hold on, folks. Allison will be right back.
And what's really weird is I could hear you.
That's good.
And I can't hear it. All right, I'm going to have to set that. That's probably enough experimenting, but I think I've got a clue. Sorry. Got a clue what's wrong. Wait a minute. Soundflower. Wait a minute. Nope. Oh, this is good. No matter what I set it to, I can't hear it. Hang on. Nope. Now I can't hear it at all. So that's good, even if I have it set to headphones. There, I can hear it. You can't. Okay, well, we got closer. We got NosillaCast working, so I guess that's good. All right, we better start the show.
So the bottom line is we can hear NosillaCast, but we can't hear playbacks. Will that be the case?
Well, I don't know. Do you hear playback in NosillaCast? You should. No,
I'm talking about in the video.
I guess in the video you won't hear it. Oh, shoot. Which means you guys won't be able to hear Sandy's review. I thought you guys heard it. Well, maybe that was 2 weeks ago. I can doodle around for a little bit longer. What do you want me to do? Do you want me to try harder or just start recording the show?
It's up to you. It's your show, Al.
Well, I fooled around for 10 minutes. No, it's yours, all y'all's show. Okay, Sandy can't see me at all.
Yeah, that's true. It's just because your screen is showing.
Oh. I can put my face back if that's what you're looking for.
Kevin says start the show.
Well, Kevin is all important, so we'll go ahead and start the show. I'm getting close. I am getting close. All right, so we're going to save this audio because Kevin's going to start yelling at me to save. Okay, so we'll save that file. Let's go ahead and start.
So what's weird is when you do that, when you stop IceCast, AGR loses your video.
What do you mean when I stop IceCast?
You stop, well, I don't know.
IceCast has nothing to do with...
You stopped your video at one point, right?
Yeah. Oh, that Rex?
Yeah, Rex AGR. Oh, no, it's back. It's back.
That doesn't make any sense. It's just video. How does it know what I'm showing on video?
It's funny because it's showing, when I'm talking, it shows me. Yeah. But when you're talking, it just shows your photo from
right
Google Plus. This is delayed 40 seconds, remember?
Oh, okay. Oh, so maybe it doesn't pick up the screen sharing.
Oh, no, now you're back. Yeah, it doesn't pick up screen sharing because now when you switch to your real-time video of your face, now you're back. But in AGR, it doesn't show the screen.
Oh, in AGR, it doesn't. I thought you were saying so the Google Hangout on Air is sending the video of my screen, but that's not making it to Alpha Geek Radio.
Yeah, but let me...
That's something to tell Todd about. That's interesting.
Right. Well, I assume everyone else is seeing your screen. Is that true? NosillaCast audience?
Sandy said she was only seeing, she must be watching on Alpha Geek because she said she was only seeing my little picture.
Remember, I'm seeing the Hangout on Air live. I'm part of the Hangout, which is different than what they may see.
Right.
So in your live page, can we do something? Can we do a test?
Sure.
Can you just switch to your screen real quick?
I thought Kevin wanted us to start the show, Steve.
Well, I just want to...
I bet if Steve wants to do a test, it'll be okay, right? Okay, right now I'm going to change to my screen now. And now my screen is showing. I'm still studying my diagram. So if I send...
Okay.
Oh, Soundflower.
Yeah, it looks fine on your website. It's just Alpha Geek Radio has trouble with it. I don't know why, because it should pick up the same Hangout on Air video feed.
Okay.
Strange. I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay. That's something to make a note to Todd. Tell him about that. Yeah. That'll make him crazy for a while. All right, let's go ahead and start the show because I'll probably this doesn't count as, well, I guess it counts as sausage making, but I need all y'all's help to figure out what's going on with this. All right, here we go. All right, mute yourself, darling.
Oh, muting now.
Thanks to Dan, I believe that he has figured out one of the things that was irritating the snot out of me on Amadeus Pro. So with any luck, this will be a show with less swearing. All right, here we go. Is that Gracie? That's Ada, the 12-pound cat in the background, Kevin. All right, here we go. Hi, this is Allison. Okay, and now it's not recording in Amadeus Pro. Yay, this is awesome. Now it's sausage making. Okay, preferences. Input should be, should be that probably. No, I don't want it to be that. I want it to be, yeah, I do. Okay, let me try this again. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, August 14th, 2016, and this is show number 588. Check the audio levels on that. That's what I thought. Now, the audio levels are too low. Why is that different? I have an idea. This is going to be really weird, but I'm going to try it anyway. Preferences, and we're going to make this input is pass through. All right, we're definitely sausage making. I make no warranty on this show. We're going to get this figured out yet, though. Let's see what happens when I do this. Hi, this is Allison Sheridan of the NosillaCast podcast, hosted at podfeet.com, a technology geek podcast with an ever so slight Macintosh bias. Today is Sunday, August 14th, 2016, and this is show number 588. Well, from time to time, I ask for help on the podcast, like 2 weeks ago when I knew my grandson was about to be born. That's when Pat, George, Denise, and Alistair stepped up to the plate to make sure you still got a show. Well, this week, Steve and I went down to San Diego to spend the week with Lindsay and Nolan and the new baby, Forbes. Nolan was going back to work, and Lindsay really wanted us there to help her get things done. Maybe it wasn't always the cuddling. There was lots of cuddling, though. But also, the little things like cleaning up the dishes, going out for bagels, getting the dogs out of the house so she could nap, or cutting the plants back from the front walkway. We felt pretty useful. Now, I didn't ask for help this week because I figured we'd have enough downtime that I'd be able to squeak in some time to do some writing. But George and Denise, very early, both sent in reviews again this week without me even asking. Now, that act gave me the gift of spending more time with my grandson. I didn't have to stress about when I'd get some writing done. I could simply lay on the couch and stare into his eyes or walk him around the backyard, introducing him to the plants. That gave me, both gave me the gift of time. I feel so grateful that we have a community that in our own very geeky way pulls together to make a great show for everyone. Well, I did manage to squeeze in a chit chat across the pond this week. I knew it would be tricky to schedule, so I asked good friend of the show and good friend of ours, Chris Ashley from the SMR podcast, if he would be on the show and be super flexible on timing. He came through like the champ that he is. I knew he'd be there for us. We talked a little bit about the new hotness in the Windows 10 Anniversary Edition, integration of Android with Windows, the Ring Video Doorbell, spoiler, he loves it, and whether he should get his baby girl an iPod Touch or an iPad Mini for her 7th birthday. As always, Chris was absolutely delightful. I hope you'll go check out Chit Chat Across the Pond in your podcatcher of choice. Well, this week, Don McAllister published my video screencast on Photomagico from Boinks on Screencast Online. Photomagico is a spectacular slideshow application. Steve has been using it for years, and I've kind of looked over his shoulder, jealous that he knew a tool I didn't know. There is no better way to learn a tool than to have to teach it. And Photomagico, I am in love with this application. It was so much fun to do. I hope you go check out the free trial of Screencast Online at screencastonline.com. And of course, there will be a link in the show notes. If you do already have a subscription, or even if you don't, you can also get the Screencast Online monthly magazine in the iOS App Store for iPad. In that, you'll get my video along with Don's videos, along with articles from many wonderful Mac tech luminaries. It's a great way to get all of that content in a single issue of the magazine. I do have to warn you, though, you'll probably get hooked if you do it. Well, stop that there. That's not quite what I wanted to do. I'll do one last little bit. I'm curious if you guys can hear this.
Problem where your video stops and your photo comes up is not unique to AGR. It's happening in both. Yeah, I think it's the Hangouts on Air feed.
So Hangouts on Air aren't able to use.
It's not related to your screen. It's not related to your screen. It's popping even while you're talking. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, you'll have to remind me that changed, because I'm going to remember in my little head that it was a problem with AGR. Because I'll keep saying it, and you keep going, no, that wasn't it. We found that out. All right. This, just in case, I'm going to hit play just to hear what you guys, see if you guys hear anything. Nope. Actually, okay, I'm going to mess with it one more time. I promise this is it. Let me change this back to pass through. Okay, can you hear me? Yes, you can hear me. Let's hear if you hear this. That's really interesting. Huh. All right. Did my volume change at all just now? Did I get any louder, Steve?
You got a touch louder, yes.
Okay. So for some reason, Soundflower is a much lower level. So Dan probably has to turn the app up. I don't know why it's a lower level. That makes no sense to me at all. All right. Actually, let me edit one word here. For her, not he, 7th birthday. Okay. Oops. All right. Here we go. So, by the way, Steve, what Dan figured out was in the preferences for Amadeus Pro, you can set when you hit play, if nothing is selected, whether you play at the playhead or at the insertion point.
Did that work?
I haven't screwed it up yet, but if you don't hear any swearing, it probably is fixed.
And we normally hear that swearing 5 or 6 times during a show. So far, so good.
Okay. Dan says it was fine all the way through. So NosillaCast is where you might have, NosillaCast would be where it's lower. Oh no, it would have changed on the website too. Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure this out. All right. One quick sentence, then George and Denise that you won't be able to hear. All right, here we go. Since George and Denise got their reviews done before I did, I'll let them go first. Let's see, and that's not where I want it. It's there. I think it will give it a little bit of gap. Okay. All right. Now I got to find George's audio. Boy, I got a lot of junk open.
So remember, we won't hear this.
Yes.
Unless you're listening to the app, NosillaCast on the NosillaCast app, iOS app.
Will the app hear it?
Yeah, it seems to be doing playback.
Oh, really?
But not Hangouts.
Oh, hang on. Hang on. That's a clue. Really?
Yep. Do another playback.
Well, okay, because NosillaCast has. Well, okay. Let me change the Hangout to the same thing that NosillaCast is listening to, which is, I can't pick that. I've got to pick this. Okay, can you still hear me?
Yeah, a little quieter.
A little quieter. Okay. Now tell me if you can hear this. Nope, you don't hear it, do you?
No.
So I don't think, well, wait a minute. I can tell you whether NosillaCast is hearing it. They are hearing it. Oh, because they've got a direct feed of Amadeus Pro.
Can you do a quick playback just to confirm I can hear it on the iOS app?
I'm positive you can, because I can see it moving. Okay, I know something I can do here, and this might be a clue. Let's add Amadeus Pro to, that'll be bad. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I think I've got it. If I just had a diagram. Oh, that's right. That doesn't work. Why does that change it?
Now you're louder again.
Right. So you can hear me, and I bet you can hear this. And before I did, I'll let them. Guess who can't hear it?
You can't.
Me. Wait a minute. God. Okay. Let me see if I can hear this. I did. Nope. I think I'm in a freaky loop now, though. I think I'm really this is not good. Okay, where did I have that set? Why does that affect that? That's really strange. Okay. I can hear you. You can hear me. You can't hear this. All right. Well, That's unfortunate. I will figure this out. All right, Steve, schedule some time this week for us to figure this out, okay?
Yeah, I think we should.
All right. Let me add a track for George. And we'll drop George in right here. All right. So 2 weeks ago, I'll give you the setup. 2 weeks ago, Denise talked about bandwidth problems and her Nighthawk X8, and she talked about how she had bandwidth caps. So when George comes back, he explains all the different kinds of things that could be causing her internet usage to go out of control. So he's gonna talk about that, and then I'll come back and explain what she says next. Okay, so hang on, I gotta do a little bit of editing because I can hear him hit his. He hits the space bar to start recording. It's funny how I don't understand how most recording applications hear that. I hear people go bam when they start. Okay, so that's George. And then we'll go down to this end. All right. So George gives about 86 different things, reasons why, really good explanations of the different kinds of things that could be causing Denise's problems. After I posted George's text, Denise made a comment back on the blog. It's pretty interesting, so I want to read it to you. She says, I agree with all your points. In our particular case, we have no kids in the house, and we're not big streamers. We are still subscribing to DirecTV and get most of our entertainment there. I canceled Netflix, and we don't use Prime Video either. We'll occasionally watch some short YouTube videos or lynda.com, and we're not big online gamers, and we're not home most of the time. If I'm guilty of anything, it's an extraordinary love of audio podcasts. Occasionally, when I talk to my ISP, I get someone there that treats me like I'm dumb. And then I have to explain that I have a Master's of Science degree in telecom. It's the tech equivalent of screaming, don't you know who I am? The only benefit of that is that they stopped sending me goofy white papers on how usage is calculated. At one point, I became so frustrated with these nasty grams from my ISP and our bandwidth usage after getting flagged while we were out of town and everything was off that I reached out to the executives. They sent a squadron of techs over here that just rolled their eyes and said everything was fine. I suspect management thought we were running the equivalent of a 24/7 LAN party. We kept the log of what we did online for a few months, and everyone agreed that we were not excessively using bandwidth, but no one had any idea what to do other than swap out the modem. As you can imagine, the net effect of that was zero. At one point, one of the senior techs came over and told me straight up that their bandwidth management software does not work, and we had a fascinating conversation. Smart guy. This has gone on for 6 years. And yes, I do see spikes when Apple releases a batch of new OSs, and also when I kicked off my initial Backblaze backup. That nearly gave the ISP a heart attack spread over several months. Anyway, it gets funnier. Apparently, they've given up. Allison and I were chatting earlier today, and she discovered that not only had they dropped the price of my $450 package down $20 per month, but they had also dropped the cap. I'm about to subscribe to Netflix and go to town. Isn't that amazing? So she told me the name of her ISP, and I just happened to go to their website, and I was looking at it, and up popped this big ad saying, "Now, no bandwidth caps." And I sent her the link, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is amazing." I love the ending of the story, that it was so happy. Later that day, Denise sent me another message. She said her husband was dancing around the house like they'd won the lottery. All right, enough of that conversation. Now we can hear from Denise with a new review. Thanks, Steve. I saw that pop up. And by the way, I was unable. Oh, shoot. What did I just do? Oh, I hate it when I do this. All right, I'm going to have to muck about. I made a mistake there. Where do I want to put it? I want to put it right about there. Oh, Steve, why did you unmute to cough? That was really poor timing. Steve has a little bit of a cold, in case anybody was wondering. I guess he wanted some sympathy. Okay, I just recorded over him. Credit goes to Podfeed. Now, I don't get credit for knowing that they lowered the price. I only get credit for knowing that that you got rid of your bandwidth cap.
So what did you do to bring IceCast back?
Just now? Was it gone the whole time I was talking?
Yes.
Oh, there's so many hints here.
Did you just change something recently?
I stopped recording.
Oh.
When I'm recording in Amadeus Pro, now
IceCast goes away.
IceCast goes away, and I was unable to monitor.
Huh. We definitely need a good offline session here sometime.
Yeah, but I've lost my ability to monitor now, which is really annoying.
At all? Right now?
No, I can monitor as long as I'm not recording, which is when I want to be monitoring. So that's not good. It's something about Amadeus Pro now I'm starting to think that's causing the problems. So if NosillaCast can't hear when I'm recording, which is the main time you want to hear me recording. The sad part is now I've changed a whole bunch of stuff, so I don't know what I've got going. Let me try something. Well, actually, let me fix this first. Okay. But that I recorded over George. See, that's another problem that I have, that I record over my recordings, which I don't want to do because I forget where the input is. Let's see. Put that in. Okay. Yes, we will have a session about this. Let's see. And it sounds like he clicks at the end there too, which of course you can't hear. And now I need to go up here and drag this way back because for some reason it's gotten in the wrong place. Oh, stop. Minus. There we go. Now I can see it. Maybe that's the answer. I just minus plus a bunch. All right, let's hear how that transition is. Okay. So, yeah. Steve, can you write down a couple symptoms for me? Scribble a note or two.
Okay. What are they?
With however I have it set right now, NosillaCast can't hear while I'm recording in Audio Hijack. I'm sorry, in Amadeus Pro.
All right.
And I can't monitor my own voice. I'll take screenshots of everything so we know where we were.
While you're recording?
While I'm recording, I'm not hearing myself. So whatever I'm not hearing, that's also NosillaCast is being affected. And make sure I take screenshots before we close out because I've changed a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So next up, we're going to add a track. So this was George. We're going to fold that track up and we're going to add another track for Denise. And we'll go right here and we'll find.
So Brett thinks Ada is the cause of the problems.
Well,
she is kind of new to the equation here.
I mean, look at that shape. Hang on.
We can see.
Don't talk for a second. Look at the wedge shape of that cat. That is not good. Okay, now you can talk, honey. It's just, I don't know. They go on an auto feeder while we're out of town, and I think all they do is eat all day, especially Ada. Okay. All right. Now we got Denise that you won't be able to hear, so that'll be nice. Oh, what the heck? Whoa. This shows the audio levels being really low on Denise. That's not good. Super low. Your audio wasn't low at all. Wow. All right. Well, go get that, move that bad boy up. All right. Oh, okay. Hope that's good enough. Level 8. I know you can't hear. Denise, I don't remember your audio sounding like you were in an echo chamber, but that's what it sounds like right now. Let me listen to this. I can't hear it. You can hear it, huh?
No.
You couldn't hear it?
Cannot hear it. Maybe the app.
Maybe the app was, huh?
I wasn't monitoring the app.
Okay, that's weird. Now I'm not hearing myself at all. Whoa, now I am. What the heck is going on? Hello, hello, hello. Nope. And right after I start playing, it's losing it. So I'm not monitoring myself now. I can't hear myself, and it's going to start monitoring. There it is. And video's gone again. Okay, Kevin heard some of that on NosillaCast. Wow. This is a new wrinkle. This is all new. Steve, I'm going to airdrop this file to you.
Okay.
Remember,
my Mac may not be able to.
I thought that Mac did. No?
You can email it. Or
you need a new Mac.
Oh, you're going to feed Kevin there.
Dan says, okay, now we heard what you just played on NosillaCast, so you could hear that. Well, tell me, did it sound like it was in an echo chamber? Let me try something. File. Just going to drop Denise into a new document and listen to it, because it sounds really weird. Maybe it's okay. It just sounds echoier than I remember. You know, I want to pause. I'm going to pause everything for just a second. I'm going to pause my weird audio setup stuff for just a second so I can listen to this, because I just want to make sure this is right. Okay, I was trying to tell you, Steve, that you could come back, or you could talk and entertain them, but that's okay. All right, I think that's okay. All right. Wow. Things are getting interesting. You can't hear me, right, Steve?
Yes.
Okay, good.
But NosillaCast, NosillaCast is up too.
As long as I'm not recording.
Yeah.
Which means they're not going to hear me at all in just a minute. Okay, let's see. So now I need to open up. I get to record something of my own. This one. All right. So I don't know who's going to hear anything, but let's go ahead and record just in case. Here we go. I don't like not hearing myself, though. Here we go. Well, thanks for that, Denise. I got to tell you, there is nothing better than an SSD upgrade to a Mac. It's probably true of PCs too. So if you can afford it, take an old Mac, throw an SSD in it, and you'll be really, really happy. Appreciate another review, Denise. Again, thank you for the time from you and George. Well, I've mentioned a few times over the years that if there's something new you wish I'd do on the show, or something you wish I'd do differently, you should go ahead and ask. I may not change things the way you want me to, and I may not do what you ask, But if it's easy or if I think it's cool enough, I'll do it. There's zero harm in asking me. This week on the blog, Otteretti, not sure how to pronounce that, who I believe is from Malta, asked why my site has no language translation. The post was short enough that it might have been spam. Sometimes when they're real short, that's what it is. But his or her web link pointed to a Maltese language school, and it got me thinking. You may not know this, but if you ever come across a website in a language you don't understand, if you open the site up in Chrome, it will automatically detect that it's not your language and offer to translate the site live. I could have just told Otteretti to just use Chrome, but I wondered, how hard would it be to implement a language translation inside podfeed.com? When picking a plugin, you're looking for a few. I need to fix that. I missed a line. There you go. Save. I should save.
So I heard you while you were recording an IceCast, but the volume was kind of low.
Okay. I could hear me being monitored now. So let's not touch anything. It does appear something intermittent is happening here because I didn't change it.
How much of this could be related to your little desktop preamp? The one that you got recently?
Nothing.
None of this is really?
Nothing. No.
Okay.
No, this is all weirdness. All right, here we go. One of the great things about having a blog on the WordPress platform is that there are plugins for everything. I went over to wordpress.org/plugins and I did a search for language translation. When picking a plugin, you're looking for a few very important things. You want to see a lot of downloads and a reasonably high number of stars, and that it's in active development, which you can tell by how recently it's been updated. On some occasions, you might only meet 2 of those 3 criteria, but you really have to be sure you needed it, and it was the only way to get the job done if you're going to choose one that only meets 2 out of the 3. I found a plugin with 100,000 downloads, with very recent updates, and 4.5 stars. This sounded great. Installation of plugins in WordPress is wonderfully easy. I simply installed from within WordPress, and in the settings panel, I was able to choose the languages for which I wanted translation. This was a little bit of a pain to click each and every little language, but once I'd chosen a whole bunch of them and hit save, all podfeed.com web pages had a bright orange button in the bottom right that said translate. Tapping on that rewarded you with a tiny little flag for every language I'd chosen. It was a bit hard to see, but the flags looked really pretty. I decided to write this up as a blog post, but when I followed the link from the plugin in my WordPress installation, I received a database connection error. I figured the author was just having a problem on their website. I've had that problem myself before. I popped back over to wordpress.org and I searched for it again, and it was gone. Now this was getting weird. I got that queasy feeling I was hoping to avoid by choosing a plugin with a ton of downloads and lots of positive ratings and recent updates. I gave a shout out to Bart, and he came to the same conclusion I did. Uninstall it right away until I could figure out what was happening. I uninstalled. I had the guy's name, so I searched for him on Twitter. He wasn't there. I searched for his company's name. Not there. I searched Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google+, all without finding him or his company. I gave it a week, and the site is still giving the database error, so something definitely went belly up. The good news is that there's always another plugin. I found Google Website Translator by Prisna.net. That's Prisna.net. Again, it was a simple matter of pushing the install button in WordPress, and I was in business. This particular plugin worked a little bit differently. It allowed me to put what's called a widget into the right-hand sidebar, where you can simply choose your language from a list. I could choose each language to show one by one, or I could have the full list, which is what I really wanted. I didn't want to go check every box, just let you guys pick. The list that you see is not as fun as the little flags, but then again, it's quite a bit easier to find your own language. There are some advanced features to this tool where I could add the flags, but I think I'll stick to the plain pull down with text for now. While this might not be something you personally need or care about on podfeed.com, the point of the story is that if there's something you'd like to see on the site or something you'd like me to talk about, please go ahead and ask. Like I said, I don't guarantee by any means that I'll do it, but why not ask? Might be easy, might be fun, and I might just do it. All righty then. That looks good. Here, Podfeed and NosillaCast both kind of quiet. Oh, Steve's saying, all right. Let me hear this. Okay, wait, make sure that's what I thought it should be. Oh, yeah, I heard her color a little bit there too. I don't think I was recording when I heard her. Thank you, Steve. Tessa just got stripped of her jewelry, as Steve likes to call it. All right. Close that one. And finally, I think it's this one. All right. Soaked up any audio, I sent it, but I think there's a checkbox which fixes that. Can't remember the detail because I don't use it too often. Reading the help on audio sources in the additional settings section. Those two checkboxes have a significant effect on being able to hear stuff. So you're in loopback in the additional settings. Look. Additional settings. Where are additional settings? Oh, monitor audio sources. Oh. You think I just botched that up? Oh, very interesting. Alistair might be onto something. All right, it's 5:48, so I'm going to continue going with this recording because we're almost done. But I think you might be onto something, Alistair. I had two versions of pass through, and I got rid of one of them trying to figure out what was wrong, and maybe I got rid of the wrong one. This one says mute audio sources. That certainly sounds like something that's happening. So when we're done, I'm going to set this back the way I had it before and see what I can figure out. All right, let's see. Here we go. Steve and I travel around a bit, and we always bring our Apple TV with us in the hopes that maybe this time we'll actually be able to use it in the hotel. It's a strange thing, but the nicer the hotel, the more annoying they are about letting you do the things you want to do. For example, cheap hotels often have free Wi-Fi, while expensive hotels charge an Apple TV to a bunch of really nice hotels, and every single time they have foiled our efforts. Sometimes they give us TVs that have no HDMI ports. Sometimes they have HDMI ports, but the remote doesn't have the option to change inputs. Sometimes you can change to the HDMI input, but they've electronically locked it out. This week, we were staying at a Comfort Inn, which is an okay hotel, but definitely not high end. They have great free Wi-Fi, and the HDMI port was open on the TV. Steve plugged in the Apple TV, used the remote to switch inputs, and was rewarded with the Apple TV interface. Yay! He went into settings, and in the Apple TV, he found the hotel's Wi-Fi signal, and he connected. And then we realized that the hotel Wi-Fi has a web interface where you have to authenticate by putting in the password. While this works fine on our Macs and iPhones, the Apple TV doesn't have a web browser, so we couldn't log in. We were sad. And then I took to the Googles and I did some hunting. I found a whole bunch of forum posts asking this question years and years ago, but their advice was actually still applicable. Most hotels will give you a help desk phone number for their internet service because, the person at the front desk has no idea how to run the internet. If you call them and give them the MAC address of your Apple TV, by the way, I mean, I'm going to fix that. I want to change that. Let's see, let me check this intersection here while I'm at it. Pull those two together. You noticing my shirt, Steve?
Yeah, I'm just seeing if anyone else knows
what it's about. This is interesting, Dan. This is something you wouldn't have ever seen, obviously, but when changing that setting to say the insertion point is where it'll start playback has now gotten rid of the red line that I normally see for the insertion point. I only see the blue line that's normally the playhead, but this is good. That's less confusing to have two of them. All right, here we go. If you call that help desk phone number and give them the MAC address of your Apple TV, they can actually authorize it on their end. So on any version of the Apple TV, we were using an Apple TV 3, open settings, network, and at the bottom, you'll see Ethernet address, which is the same thing as MAC address. It will be 6 alphanumeric pairs of digits separated by colons. This address is a unique identifier to your device's network card. The Apple TV has 2, by the way, one for the Ethernet card and one for Wi-Fi. We were using Wi-Fi at the time. I put a screenshot in the show notes showing what it looked like if it was connected via Ethernet, which we weren't at the time, but that's the screenshot I got, so that's what you got. Anyway, I called the service provider for the hotel, told her what I wanted to do, and she said, sure, just give me the MAC address and the IP address. I thought for sure there'd be some kind of flack, oh, you can't do that. This is weird. What are you, some kind of hacker or something? I thought that's what I'd have to muddle through. She even wanted to stay on the phone, though, with me while we waited for the Apple TV to reboot, which is like 3 hours. Anyway, she wanted to make sure it was working for us. After the reboot, I was able to launch Netflix and bring up a show. That was awesome. Now, what Steve really wanted was to watch the Olympic coverage. In the US, the Olympics are under the iron fist stranglehold of the NBC network. In fact, I'm probably not allowed to have actually just said Olympics. Watching the NBC network broadcast channel, you get a highly curated version. For example, in a 2-minute period, I saw dressage, sailing, surfing, and the women's butterfly. In 2 minutes. Steve wanted to use the NBC Sports app on the Apple TV so he could watch full real-time events of his choosing. And guess what you need to use an app like that? You need to go to a website. In this case, NBCsports.com/activate, and type in a code they show on the Apple TV. No problem. Steve opens his Mac, goes to the activation site. He can enter the code, but guess what else they want? They make you log into your account at your ISP. In this case, the hotel's ISP, to prove you're paying for cable TV. Of course, we can't do that. Oh, well, I wanted to watch Friends on Netflix anyway. After I posted this on the blog, David Roth saved the day. As you'll see if you read his comment on the blog post, he suggests try entering our own cable TV provider. We tried this out in the settings on the NBC Sports app, and sure enough, it worked. I was disappointed. I really did want to watch Friends. Save. Don't get me started on the Olympics. It's pure luck if I see something I want to see. Actually, Denise, the NBC Sports app on Apple TV is really good. It'll give you like 4 hours of whatever they showed from NBC. But if you have no cable TV, nope, you're screwed. Sorry, Brett. Delayed and real time? Yeah, I don't know.
Well, by that, I think it had featured highlights.
Live, right?
What I recall, it had featured highlights from previous events, but on a different row of selections, it had the real time events as they were happening. I thought, because it says live. It says live. Maybe live doesn't mean live. That's been known to happen.
That's right, Sandy. It is the same. It is the same 4 hours they show on regular TV. That's right.
But only
can be cool because you can just fast forward past the boring stuff.
But only for the previous day. You can't get that 4-hour NBC coverage. On the
same day.
On the same day or even the same time.
But we were trying to stay up to see like who won the women's gymnastics, and it's like 10 o'clock and they still haven't showed it. So just the next morning we go watch it.
Right.
Just notice, why is this so bright?
Because the door's
open. The door's open. The lights.
You want me to close it?
Nope. It'd be too hot.
Gracie's in there, by the way. You might want to watch out.
Is she? All right. Well, I think we are just about done. But I'm going to test. Alistair's. Wait, what's Alistair doing in here? I didn't even realize Alistair's here. That's exciting. Hi, Alistair. I didn't even take roll today. I was so confused by my recordings. Here we go. Well, that's going to wind us up for this week. Do not forget to send in your dumb questions, comments, and suggestions. You can keep sending reviews if you want. I'm loving it. You can do that by emailing me at allison@podfeed.com. You can follow me on Twitter @podfeed. Check out the NosillaCast Google Plus community at podfeed.com/Google Plus and our Facebook group at podfeed.com/Facebook. If you want to join in the fun of the live show, we've been having fun this week. I've been having some interesting audio confusion, not a real problems necessarily, but it's been kind of interesting. Anyway, the live chat room's been having a lot of fun with that. You can do that by heading on over to podfeed.com/live on Sunday nights at 5 p.m. Pacific time and join the friendly and enthusiastic Nosilla castaways. Thanks for listening and stay subscribed. I think I invented vocal fry. What do you think, Steve?
You and NPR.
You're talking. No, I started it. And stay subscribed.
And then NPR picked it up from you, all the broadcasters.
Yeah, they probably did. If you check before 2015, I bet they didn't do it.
Probably.
All right, cut the rest of that and move that over. Hey, no swearing. Did you notice that?
That's so the playhead and the record head are now synchronized?
Not exactly. It's when you hit, if you have something selected, it would always play that because that's the way the setting was defaulted. But if nothing was selected, but I was looking at the playhead, like I'd selected something and I moved the playhead or the insertion point, it would jump to wherever the playhead was. What I don't understand is why the playhead would suddenly go to the beginning of the recording because I wouldn't have ever clicked there.
It's not doing that now?
It hasn't done it yet.
So basically it's behaving more intuitively.
Yes.
Okay.
To me, anyway.
That's a good thing.
All right. So let me go find my outro music. Let's see if I do this. Maybe that's an easier way to do it. I could take this. I could just do that, couldn't I? I think I also just figured out how to click and drag. If I just hit plus a bunch of times, I can see the entire, or minus a bunch of times, I can see the entire recording track. And I can drag it. I don't have to do what I was doing. Just found number 2 to like better about it, Dan. I like having Dan here to help me. All right, let me hear this. A little bit out now, if we can get Alistair's fix in. All right, I think this is good. I would like to double check the beginning and a couple of intersection points. Okay, that's not just me. My playhead is sitting at 25 minutes and it's playing from the beginning right now. The playhead is moving. It's at 25 minutes and 12 seconds. It's moving and I'm hitting play and it's playing the beginning. That is not me. That's a bug.
This is Amadeus Pro?
Yeah, you want me to prove it to you? Come over here.
You know what it is? It's like Facebook. It will tell you what it thinks you should do.
Well, but it's playing the audio from the beginning, which is where I wanted it to be, but it's showing me visually the playhead moving at 25 minutes.
It knows what you want. Just you don't know.
I guess. All right, I'm going to put it back here. It's still doing it. That is really weird. Okay, well, I can't check the audio if it's going to keep doing that. So I'm going to do bounce document to new file. Actually, I could do this in the meantime. Let's see. All right, so I'm going to change pass through. I'm going to do some mucking about here. Are you guys ready? Here we go. I'm going to change that. And I bet that's what it was. Okay. You're going to lose me for a second. And I'm going to change this. That back to this. Why can you still hear me? Oh, because that's set to pass through. Save. Okay, you can still hear me, right?
Yes. Well, real time.
Okay.
Not playback.
You can hear me real time, right? Hang on. So that's set to back to pass through, which is what I wanted it to be.
Are you diagnosing now?
Yes. I'm testing what Alistair suggested. There's a mute audio sources thing in pass through here. AS Pro preferences. Where do I want its output set to be? Output set to No, its input should be from pass-through. So its output should go to, I don't know. Where does its output go to? Oh, no, I need to change this to Hangout on Air input. That's what I need to do. You may lose some stuff for a second. Okay, you can't hear. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, but Hangout on Air input. I need to add, no, honest. Nope, that's not it. Because now you can hear me.
Yes.
And I bet, oh, wait. Oh, I can hear you.
Good.
Can I hear this?
First saw the
I can hear that.
Can you hear that?
Wally.
I can hear that.
I can't.
Denise also.
Wow. Mutually exclusive. We need to go have a nice long session here.
No, we are. I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Everybody can go if they want, but I'm okay, hang on. Let me try this.
Mentioned runaway bandwidth.
I can hear it and you can hear it.
Oh, what'd you do? Did you hear that?
I changed something I set Alistair, I set monitor audio through built-in
already
output.
left. He's
Oh, he did?
crept silently out the door.
Oh. That's okay. So NosillaCast, can NosillaCast hear that?
Yeah, hold on.
That happens unpredictably several times a year. Been there. Identified
Yes.
some.
Okay. So NosillaCast is getting Amadeus. Oh, but NosillaCast is still set to pull Soundflower. Hang on, I don't want that. No, I'm gonna wreck it now. Hang on. Audio hijack. Okay, now let me play this one more time.
Streaming video eats data.
And now it's louder on the app, I bet. Listen on the app for me, Steve.
And that's the most likely cause. Check your ISP's website. Cox Cable offers a handy tool to see how much bandwidth is used each day.
Okay.
Cross-checking that again.
Okay, so I think everything's working now.
So what was this? What was the secret?
Well,
and take a picture of whatever settings.
Yes, I'm going to. Oh my gosh. Oh no, it undid itself. And it's still working. I checked a box that said monitor audio through built-in output, but I am not monitoring audio through built-in output. Oh no.
That's what Netflix reports. It was easy to
Okay, I don't know why that's working. Maybe. Oh, I'm monitoring. Okay, I'm monitoring the Hangout on Air input. That's how I'm hearing. Wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to take some screenshots.
Well, that means, I'm not sure that makes sense, because if you were hearing different things than what we were hearing, even though you said.
Now I am monitoring the audio through the built-in output.
That can't be right, because there's too much of a delay on that. I can't imagine you could monitor Hangouts on Air.
No, built-in output means my headphones.
You said you're monitoring the
built-in
Hangouts
output means
on
headphones.
Air. Did I hear that wrong? I thought you said you were monitoring the Hangouts on Air output. I misheard that.
Not exactly. The Hangout on Air input.
The input to Hangouts on Air. Okay, your input to Hangouts on Air.
And the input to Hangouts on Air is Amadeus Pro and Audio Hijack.
Okay.
And Audio Hijack is supposed to be sending it to my headphones. I bet if I kill the headphones, I can still hear. Let me try that. Let's see. Okay, can I hear? No, I can't. Oh, that's so weird. Okay, now I can hear again. Okay. Yep. I have no idea, but I will update my chart.
I think it's due for a good update. First a diagnosis, then an update.
Well, luckily, I did screenshots of everything when it wasn't working. I did them for the Amadeus Pro guys.
Good.
It's just weird, really weird. All right, well, it's 5 minutes after class. You guys are dismissed. When did Rose sneak in? I never saw Rose was here.
Pretty early, maybe 5 minutes after.
Early? Hi, Rose. Did you like the picture of me with the baby? Oh, that's what I should be doing. I can get rid of everybody. I should bring up photos and show pictures of the baby, right?
Yes. That'll clear the chat room.
This will get rid of them. Let's see. Here we go. Let's do this. Ooh, that would be a hole in the space-time. Oh, photos don't show up separately. Interesting. There's me and the baby. Look how cute he is. Look, cut him over. Okay, that'll get rid of them. They really want to see the cats and the dogs, but I'm going to show them a baby. We'll figure out a way to get rid of these people. So you'll notice we're at Board and Brew having, see, those are soda glasses, Steve.
Yeah, but that's not what we were drinking.
Yeah, that's just what was on somebody else's table. Look at the face.
Yeah, I think he was sleeping.
See if there's
catching up on some Z's.
A little bit.
Whoa, there's a lot of photos there.
We took one of the classic pictures there. How cute is that?
Forbes put his hand there it looked so easy.
It does.
One take there.
Yeah,
here's all the takes.
From here, those are all the takes, yeah. But where's the other one? Oh, this is one.
That's a cute one.
The foot one's cute. Look at that.
Kind of red feet.
Lindsay ended up cropping that symmetrically and putting it up in black and white. Came out great.
Yeah, I like it better in black and white.
Oh, no. I think he's got Nolan's little toe there. Look at that.
I never noticed Nolan's
that one toe looks pretty bent. Actually, no, it isn't. It's his second toe that's mutant. Just because he's not here, I can keep doing it. All right.
About the Neelix shot?
Oh, I like this one. That's Steve's mom's. So this is her great grandson.
Yeah, 4 generations.
The Neelix one? Oh, do I have that one?
Yeah, it's at the bottom there.
Oh, this one. So Lindsay's posted this one, and Kyle said, doesn't that look like Neelix in, what is that, in Voyager? Yeah. And once you see that, you can't unsee that it's Neelix.
I think it's the skeptical look and the slight overbite that does it.
You think? Let me. I'm going to bring this up on a separate screen so I don't accidentally share anything we don't want to share. But let's see. I bet I can find it really quickly here. Yeah. Okay. So if you don't remember what Neelix looked like, where'd he go? Let's see. Can I bring that up over here? No, I'm going to have to do, let's see, I know what I can do. I can shrink that window down. See, we'll definitely get rid of people. There. I can do this. So look at that look.
He's a spinning image. Where are the spots?
Oh, Steve, you need to do some little Photoshop work on that.
Yeah, I could do a face meld.
All right. Well, that's probably enough. Yeah. We managed to get rid of everybody. I better get going, you guys. Thank you very much for coming. And I know you'll never come again because we spent too much time playing with the baby and screwing around with audio, but you geeks love that. All right, everybody. Talk to you again soon. Bye.
Bye-bye.